Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Aidan Sharkey. I'm an attending cardiac anesthesiologist at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston, and I am also a co-director for the upcoming Boston Structural Heart course, which is a live virtual event to be held in August of this year. Today I would like to take the opportunity to expand and give some insight into a few of the sessions I would personally be involved with during the course. While the majority of the course will entail the nuts and bolts about image guidance for structural heart disease imaging, and there is also a detailed workshop covering all aspects of 3D imaging, we will also be covering some less talked about topics. One topic that we plan to cover during the course is room setup for structural heart disease intervention, and this is a very important topic. The logistics and room setup for these procedures is vital for both the success of the procedure and also for patient safety. A missing $20 cable that connects the TE machine to the display, where the interventionist can see the images, can result in cancellation of a case if it is not working correctly. So making sure that all these logistics are sorted prior to the procedure is of vital importance. Also, many of the patients we deal with are patients with extensive cardiac disease, and hemodynamics can quickly change in the hybrid room. So proper setup to deal with these changes or any complications that may arise is vital for patient safety. Another topic that we will plan to cover during the course that I think is of vital importance to all structural heart disease echocardiographers is safety in the hybrid operating room. Structural heart disease interventions are unique in that they routinely involve synchronous echocardiographic and fluoroscopic guidance. And as such, both proceduralists and interventionalists are at high risk for significant radiation exposure during interventions. Wearing lead aprons, standing behind radiation shields are typically used in the structural heart room to limit exposure. However, is this enough? Well, recent evidence has shown that structural heart disease echocardiographers have significant radiation exposure during structural heart disease interventions. And in fact, the exposure to echocardiographers is significantly higher than that of the proceduralists. In my opinion, this is an unrecognized occupational hazard for structural heart disease echocardiographers, and something that every person undertaking these procedures should be aware of. During the course, we'll go to the specifics of radiation safety. We will look at who is at risk, what is the actual risk, and what can we do to mitigate the risk. This is a very important topic that is often underappreciated, and we plan to highlight this during the Boston Structural Heart Disease course. While the majority of lectures during the course are focused on imaging and image guidance for interventional procedures, I hope I was able to highlight today in this short message that we will also be covering practical aspects that are pertinent to everybody involved in structural heart disease imaging, such as the room setup and radiation safety that I talked about. We are looking forward to delivering this course. We believe it'll be a very practical course that attendees will gain a lot of practical knowledge in all areas of structural heart disease imaging. I hope you enjoyed learning more about the structural heart disease course, and on behalf of the course directors, we hope to see you in August.